Maria was sitting at her desk with a cup of coffee in her hand. She was thinking about her life. She had a husband, a house, a job, and a car. But something was missing. What could it be? Of course, a child. That would complete her happiness. She smiled slightly as she remembered the night she had spent with Vic. The way he had held her, the way he had loved her, it made her heart race. "Hello, Maria, are you there?" Alphonse's voice interrupted her thoughts. "Alphonse," she replied. "You have work to do, my dear. Stop thinking." "I was just thinking about." "I don't want to know," he said with a smile. Maria shook her head. Vic could be clumsy sometimes, happy and sad at the same time, but she loved him like that. He was her best friend, her lover, and her safe place. Her car was parked in front of the agency. As soon as she finished work, she drove home. The road was dark, but the spring air was sweet with the smell of fruit trees. She loved feeling the wind in her long hair, feeling free and alive. When she arrived home, she opened the door, took off her jacket and shoes, and made her way to the bedroom. Her eyes were closed, and she was massaging her neck when she noticed rose petals scattered on the floor. Vic was already home, she thought. She followed the petals to the bedroom. There he was, standing on the bed with a flower in his mouth, wearing only his boxer shorts. She smiled softly. Vic walked toward her, kissed her gently, and ran his hands over her back. Then he paused, looked into her eyes, and said, "Why don't you take off that shirt? It's stopping you from feeling free." His voice was soft, sensual, and as he removed her shirt, Maria felt herself burning with desire. He lifted her gently and placed her on the bed. Standing over her, he admired her beauty. "Yes, he wants me," Maria thought. They kissed again, passionately, when suddenly her phone started ringing. Who could this be, she wondered. Vic reached for the phone, but Maria stopped him. "No, Vic, don't answer it. Just be with me." He nodded but smiled. "Okay, my love. I'll focus on you." The phone rang again and Maria's patience ran out. "Fine. Take it. I've had enough." Vic sighed, left the bed, and took the call. A few minutes later he returned, apologetic but calm. "It was work, my dear. I have to go." Maria turned away silently, her heart aching. She lay down on the bed, trying not to cry. She heard Vic leave, the sound of the front door closing echoing in the house. Later, she fell asleep, exhausted. The next morning, Vic was not on the bed. Maria took a shower, dressed, and went downstairs to the kitchen. The aroma of coffee filled the room. Suddenly, she felt strong arms wrap around her from behind and his breath on her neck. "Good morning, my love," he whispered. "Good morning," she replied softly, her heart still heavy from the night before. "Did you sleep well?" Maria's eyes narrowed. "No." "Why?" "You know why," she said quietly. Vic hugged her, then stepped back. "I'm sorry about last night." To make it up to you, he prepared breakfast, served juice, and gestured for her to sit. Maria took her seat. "How is it?" Vic asked. "It's good," she said, hiding her emotions. "Will you forgive me?" Maria pretended to think. Deep inside, she already had. "Yes, but only if you promise never to do that again." "I promise, my dear. I love you." "I love you too," she smiled. After breakfast, Vic left for work. Maria took a deep breath and drove to her office. On her usual route, a traffic jam forced her to take a different road. She noticed a beautiful house on a small hill. "What a house," she whispered. An unknown man appeared, standing under a tree, hiding his face. "Who are you?" Maria asked. "You tell me first," the man replied. Maria reached for her ID, but he waved it away. "I don't want to know. Leave my property now." Maria hurried away, shocked and curious. She reached her office and greeted Alphonse. "Good morning," she said. He smiled. "Morning, Maria. How are you?" "I'm fine," she replied, still thinking about the strange man. Later, her boss, Mr. Rowland, asked her to see him. "I saw a house this morning." I want to buy it and sell it later, she explained. Mr. Rowland nodded. Okay, I'll think about it. Return to work. Maria returned to her desk, her mind racing with ideas. Throughout the day, she and Alphonse answered emails and calls. During lunch, they talked about their private lives. Did Vic leave you alone again? Alphonse asked. Yes, he's always busy with work, Maria sighed. Do you think he's cheating? Maria laughed. No. Vic isn't that kind of man. He just doesn't give me enough time sometimes. The afternoon passed quickly. Maria worked hard and finally she got permission to buy the house. She and her co-workers placed a sign in front of it. When she returned home, the sky was dark and rain poured down. She called Vic. Where are you? She asked. I'm at the hospital, my love, he said. Maria heard a woman's laughter in the background. A mosquito, Vic quickly added. But Maria knew the truth. The next day, Maria went to her boss again. Mr. Rowland, I want to meet someone, she said. A new man, Mr. Mike Rudolph, entered the room. Their eyes met. You, they both said at the same time. Maria stared at Mr. Mike Rudolph. She didn't know whether to be surprised, curious, or cautious. You? Here, she whispered. Yes, I was asked to meet you, he replied, calm and polite. There was something in his voice, a tone that made her heart beat faster. Maria felt a strange mix of emotions. Mr. Rowland, should we start the meeting? Maria asked, trying to stay professional. Yes, of course, Mr. Rowland said. Maria, I want you to work with Mr. Rudolph on the project. He has important experience. Maria nodded, trying not to show her nervousness. The meeting began. They discussed ideas, goals, and plans. Maria noticed that Mr. Rudolph was attentive, precise, and confident. He seemed to understand everything quickly. She couldn't help but admire his intelligence. During a break, Maria and Mr. Rudolph walked down the hallway together. So, you like challenges? He asked. I do, Maria said, smiling. Why do you ask? Because this project will be difficult but rewarding, he replied. I can see you have a strong mind. That's rare. Maria blushed. Thank you. After work, Maria returned home. The rain had stopped. Vic still wasn't back. She felt a knot in her stomach. Something was wrong. She decided to prepare dinner, hoping Vic would come home soon. Hours passed. Finally, the front door opened. Vic entered, wet from the rain, looking tired but smiling. Maria, I'm home, he called. Maria didn't answer immediately. She watched him carefully. Where have you been? She asked calmly. Work, the hospital, he said quickly. But Maria didn't believe him. Vic noticed her expression. What's wrong? He asked. You know what's wrong, Maria replied. I heard a woman's voice. Don't lie to me, Vic. Vic sighed. Maria. I can explain. Explain what? That you lied? That you cheated? Tell me the truth, she demanded, her voice shaking. Vic sat down, looking serious. Yes, I met a woman, but it's not what you think. She's a patient. I was helping her. Nothing else. Maria's eyes narrowed. At the hospital? At night? Alone? Vic nodded. Yes, alone. I swear. Maria didn't know if she should believe him. Her heart hurt, but she also wanted to trust him. Okay. I will trust you for now, she said quietly. Vic moved closer, holding her hands. Thank you, my love. I promise I will never hurt you. Maria closed her eyes. She wanted to believe him. She wanted her life to be simple and happy. The next morning, Maria woke up early. She had a lot to do. She wanted to check the house she had just bought. She prepared breakfast quickly and drove to the property. The sun was shining, the birds were singing, and the air was fresh. When she arrived, she noticed Mr. Rudolph already at the house. He was examining the exterior carefully, taking notes. Good morning, Maria, he said. Good morning, she replied. You are early. I like to start work early, he said. It helps me focus. Maria smiled. I understand. Let's walk around and see the rooms. They explored every corner of the house. Maria felt excitement and curiosity. She imagined how she could renovate it, decorate it, and make it beautiful. Mr. Rudolph noticed her energy. You have a good vision, he said. Maria blushed. Thank you. I like to see things clearly before acting. They returned to the living room. This room is perfect for a dining area, Maria said. Yes, and the light is excellent, Mr. Rudolph replied. It can be very bright during the afternoon. Perfect for reading or meetings. Maria laughed softly. Meetings in my living room. Why not, he said, smiling. As they continued, Maria felt herself thinking about Vic. Would he approve of the changes? Would he like the house? She wanted to surprise him with something beautiful, something special. After a few hours, they finished inspecting the property. Maria felt satisfied. Everything looks great, she said. Yes, it's promising, Mr. Rudolph replied. Now the work begins. Maria returned home, tired but happy. Vic was there waiting. He had prepared tea for them. I wanted to surprise you, he said. Maria smiled softly. Thank you, Vic. You didn't need to, but I appreciate it. They sat together, sipping tea. Silence filled the room, but it was comfortable. They didn't need words. Their connection was strong. That evening, Maria called Alphonse to tell him about the house. It's perfect. Everything is going well, she said. I'm happy for you, he replied. Vic is lucky to have you. Maria laughed softly. I hope so. Days passed. Maria continued to work on the house project with Mr. Rudolph. They became good friends, understanding each other's ideas and visions. Maria felt proud of her progress. Vic, meanwhile, was busy with work. Maria missed him sometimes, but she understood. She loved him and wanted to support his dreams as well. One evening, Vic returned home earlier than expected. He found Maria in the kitchen preparing dinner. Hello, my love, he said, hugging her from behind. Hello, Maria replied, smiling. You're home early. Yes, I wanted to spend time with you, he said. They cooked together, laughing and talking. Maria felt the warmth of love, trust, and partnership. Even after doubts and challenges, their bond remained strong. Learning new words is important, but remembering them and using them correctly is even more important. One of the best ways to do this is by learning words in context. When you see or hear a word in a sentence, in a story, or in a conversation, your brain creates stronger connections than if you just memorize the word alone. For example, instead of just learning the word delicious, read a sentence like, the chocolate cake my friend baked yesterday was absolutely delicious. Now your brain knows not just the meaning of the word, but also how it is used. Technique 1. Reading stories in English. Stories are powerful because they provide context. Start with short stories that match your level. Read one story every day. Look for new words and try to understand them from the context. Don't just stop at the word. Try to understand the sentence, the paragraph, and the overall story. Technique 2. Listening to conversations. English conversations, whether in podcasts, movies, or TV shows, are full of vocabulary used naturally. Listen carefully and try to figure out the meaning of new words from the surrounding sentences. Pause if you need to, repeat sentences aloud, and write down any words that seem important. Technique 3. Using flashcards with context. Instead of writing just the word in translation, write the word in a sentence. For example, instead of writing run equals kara, write I run every morning to stay healthy. This makes it easier for your brain to remember and use the word. Technique 4. Creating your own sentences. When you learn a new word, immediately try to use it in your own sentences. This active use makes the word stick. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, the important thing is to try. Technique 5. Grouping words by theme. Learning words in groups makes them easier to remember. For example, you can learn words related to food, emotions, travel, or hobbies together. This helps you build a mental map of vocabulary and makes it easier to recall words when needed. Chapter 10: Practicing English Every Day. Consistency is the key to language learning. Short daily practice is much more effective than long sessions once a week. Even 15 or 20 minutes every day can make a huge difference. Create a daily routine that includes listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Rotate the activities so you practice all skills equally. Technique 1: The 15-minute daily routine. Spend 5 minutes listening to an English podcast or news clip. Spend 5 minutes reading a short article or story. Spend 3 minutes writing a sentence or paragraph about your day. Spend 2 minutes speaking aloud, describing what you learned or what you did today. This simple routine builds all 4 skills quickly. Technique 2: Immersion at home. Surround yourself with English in your daily life. Label objects in your home with their English names, listen to English music, or watch English shows. Even small exposure adds up over time. Technique 3: Using English in real life. If possible, speak with native speakers or other learners. Practice ordering food, asking for directions, or discussing simple topics in English. The more you use English in real situations, the more natural it becomes. Chapter 11: Listening actively to native speakers. Listening to native speakers is one of the best ways to improve your English. But it is important to listen actively, not passively. Pay attention to pronunciation, intonation, and word stress. Try to mimic the sounds and rhythm. Technique 1: Shadowing. Listen to a short audio clip and immediately repeat what the speaker says, trying to copy their pronunciation and rhythm. This technique trains your mouth and brain to speak like a native. Technique 2: Listening for patterns. Notice common phrases and sentence structures. For example, I would like to, or could you please? Recognizing patterns makes it easier to understand and use English naturally. Technique 3: Summarizing spoken content. After listening to a conversation or story, summarize it in your own words, either speaking aloud or writing. This helps you process and remember the information. Chapter 12: Speaking Confidently. Confidence is essential in speaking. Many learners are afraid of making mistakes, but mistakes are a normal part of learning. The more you speak, the faster you improve. Technique 1: Practice with a mirror. Speak to yourself in English, describing your day, your plans, or your thoughts. This builds confidence and helps you hear your own pronunciation. Technique 2: Record and review. Record yourself speaking and listen to the recording. Identify areas for improvement, such as pronunciation, grammar, or vocabulary use. This makes your practice more effective. Technique 3: Ask and answer questions. Create simple questions about your life, the world, or current events. Answer them aloud in full sentences. This develops your ability to think in English and respond naturally. Chapter 13: Writing for Clarity and Improvement. Writing helps organize your thoughts and improves vocabulary and grammar. Start small and increase complexity gradually. Technique 1: Daily journaling. Write a few sentences about your day. Focus on clarity and using new vocabulary. Technique 2: Guided writing exercises. Use prompts to guide your writing. For example, describe your favorite place, or explain your daily routine in English. Technique 3: Peer feedback. If possible, share your writing with a friend or online community. Ask for feedback on grammar, vocabulary, and clarity. Technique 4: Rewriting and editing. Take something you wrote before and try to improve it. Add new vocabulary, correct grammar, and refine your sentences. Chapter 14: Combining all skills for fluency. Fluency comes when you integrate listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Practice all 4 skills regularly. Technique 1: Project-based learning. Choose a topic you like. Read about it, watch videos, write a summary, and discuss it aloud. This combines multiple skills in a meaningful way. Technique 2: Storytelling. Create your own stories in English. Speak them aloud, write them down, and share them with others. This encourages creativity and active use of language. Technique 3. Review and reflect. Regularly review what you have learned. Reflect on progress, strengths, and areas for improvement. This builds self-awareness and motivates continued learning. Chapter 15. The long-term journey. Learning English is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Progress may seem slow at times, but consistency and active practice bring results. Set realistic goals, celebrate small achievements, and maintain motivation. Remember, there are no shortcuts. Magic tricks do not exist. Success comes from effort, practice, and active engagement. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, every story you read or write strengthens your skills. Over time, these efforts accumulate into real fluency. Stay patient, stay consistent, and keep using English every day. The journey is long, but every step brings you closer to understanding, communicating, and thinking in English naturally. By practicing these methods using context, active listening, speaking aloud, writing regularly, and reviewing vocabulary, you will build a strong, lasting foundation in English.